This is the Red Rock Canyon open space just outside Colorado Springs. If you continue in this direction, you will end up in Manitou Springs and you can take the train up to Pikes Peak, but I want to check out this area. It's interesting, lots of red rocks, interesting plants, like these weird ones behind me. They look interesting. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we're going to find out. We are going to just walk around maybe an hour and see what we can find. How about that? I think I will follow the trail going up on the ridge. I'm not sure exactly because there are so many trails to choose from. The area is just jam-packed with walkways, trails like this one, and ugly power lines. There is a little bit of wind, but not too much. And there are trees that are changing color. They go into yellow. But I would say 60% is still green. These rocks are impressive. They are quite tall. I'm thinking this one is like 30 or 40 feet tall. And they just shoot up from the ground. Similar to the Garden of the Gods. That's another park in the area. In between the rocks, there are many grassy areas with low trees, and again we have more strange plants. They are shooting up all over the place. And most flowers are gone. Only a few left. If we are looking north, that would be the Garden of the Gods area. But right next to this open space area, there are many fancy homes. So civilization is coming closer every year. A last flower. Wow. It's one of the few left. This is nice. Purple with yellow in the middle. In many areas you see what looks like blades of red rocks shooting up from the ground, and they are all slanted. Not too much, but a little bit. Let me try to illustrate what I talked about. But in order to do that, I have to go up in this area. But if you look down, you can see like a blade rock coming up. It's pretty sweet. But I still need to go higher up. Where do I do that? Maybe I missed the secret pathway to higher location. Okay. I will try to find it. I think this is the big trail. that will go up on the ridge. So let's go up. What I'm trying to do is to go down in this direction because there's something I'd like to show you, but I'm not sure how to get down there because this is not an official trail. It's just, nature itself. So I have to go back to the big trail and find my way down. It's always a challenge. This is a nice view. You can clearly see how slanted the rocks are. And there is a small lake in the middle of it. It's quite impressive. It's almost like being in Utah, but you are not. There are plenty of pine trees spread out all over the park. But the most common one is the oak tree. I think these are low oak trees. They don't get very tall, but they are everywhere. This is one of the better views because you have the sun in the back and you look down this valley. You see beautiful trees, plants, and the trail is just going down. But up there, right next to the tallest point, there is a crack in the mountain where they used to cut out this red stone or rock. And they use this as a building material. And I will go up and we take a look at that. You can clearly see where they cut. It looks like giant steps. And the main quarry area is this one. I think they cut in several locations, but this one is, I think, the main one. Take a look at this. They just cut a hole in the mountain. That's interesting. You can tell people have used these steps for many years. The story goes, they found the red rocks and they wanted to use this as a building material. So in the late 1800s they started to cut out big sheets of rocks. And that continued for a long time, way into the 1900s. And they used that to build homes and other buildings in the area. But it turned out that the quality of the rock or the rocks is not that good. It's a softer rocks that weather will destroy quickly. So it was not an ideal building material. Maybe this is a better view where you can see the backside, or maybe the main area of the quarry. And you can imagine 100 years ago or 120 years ago when people were actively working with these enormous blocks of rock. And how they transported that is beyond me. I mean, what did they have? Horse and wagon? But I have a feeling they built some type of track, train track out to the area to move, because we are talking about metric tons of heavy rocks.
And then you have this one. Yeah, they grind this shit. Yeah, it's raised.
I will go up again and then go down to the little lake. It's not every day you find a place where you can walk in peace. The only thing you see is green. No buildings, no nothing. Well, we saw a few homes in the beginning, but at least in this park or open space, we are not bothered with too much civilization. And that's good. I love it. Here and there you see fallen trees like this one, creating a micro ecosystem for insects and birds and other type of animals. This is the little lake we saw earlier, and what I don't know is if this is natural or if it's man-made. I suspect there is a dam somewhere damming up a little stream, creating this water. They call this a restoration area. And one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that people have lived in this valley or in this area for thousands of years. There is evidence that people have been around since 7000 BC, and that's a long time ago. And that's understandable, because at that time the area was rich in animals and, you know, different type of food they could find in nature. And now it's a different story. I am back by the parking lot where all this started. I walked a big counterclockwise loop in this park, and it's time to leave the area.